All right. I have a lot of Eroll Spence supporters who come to my page who's constantly talking about the Bomac interview. I think Bomac did an interview on Blu-ray's channel, Eroll Spence Strength and Conditioning Coach. A lot of you guys come over and drop the fact that I guess Bomac went on the channel on Blu-ray and said that they chose to fight Jeff Horn over Eroll Spence, and that's good enough proof to show that Eroll Spence is not ducking Terrence Bud Crawford. Crawford is the one ducking. Blase split. Let me tell you about that conversation, and let me tell you about that subject right quick. When it comes to me, because there's other people who want to debate you over this, I don't debate or try to go back and forth with anything that's irrelevant. That conversation and that subject is a waste of time. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Never have we got to the point where the board is this clear. Let me elaborate. By meaning the board is this clear, there's no more you can't sell out a family barbecue. There's no more that you're across the street. There's no more that you need a belt. There's no more I need to fight Manny Pacquiao before I even get to you. All that stuff is gone, okay? The road in the street has never been more clear between Terrence Bud Crawford and Eroll Spence as it is right now. So to talk about that conversation back when he was fighting Jeff Horn is actually irrelevant, because we should be living in the now, because it ain't a damn thing that you could do about what he said those years ago when he fought Jeff Horn. We are in the right now. So I'm going to say, as of right now, who wants the damn fight? Terrence Bud Crawford has made it abundantly clear. I don't know how many times he can say it. I don't know how many interviews he could do. I don't know how many tweets he could do. I don't know how many Instagram tweets he could do. I don't know how many phone calls he can have. I don't know how many times commentators sit in front of Terrence Bud Crawford and they say, who do you want next? And who do you did this? He even called out Tim Brown about the PBC fighters are able to make the fights and then we go get them. As of right now, because I can't go back and forth with you about that, because Bomac said what he said, just like Eroll Spence said what he said, okay? If you jump on Bomac for saying we fought Jeff Horn over Eroll Spence, then you had to get on Eroll Spence saying, well, you need a belt if you want to fight me. Go get the belt from Jeff Horn, and then we can have a fight. And then you have to talk about, once he get that belt, how Eroll Spence totally changed it up again and say, so what? Sean Porter got a belt too. That's the same thing. It's funny how you want to hold people to their words until it's time to hold Eroll Spence to something. But I'm going to go ahead and give you that. Let's say Bomac said all that. And let's say it's 100% true. What can you do about it? Nothing. What can you do about it? Just debate and talk about it. But what can you do about it? Absolutely nothing. So what is the most consistent, persistent, and as far as growth in the situation, steering towards a destination, what is the best thing that you can do? Talk about the right now. Why would you talk about the right now? Because right now, there's none of those elements that existed when that whole Horn, Jeff Horn, and Kelby, none of that, all that stuff existed then. It don't exist right now. So the fact that you want to waste your time having a conversation about something that happened in the past to try to prove what? Nobody's going to get nowhere, but there are people out there who want to debate back and forth with you about it. I just find it irrelevant because I'm looking at the right now, where there's nothing holding nothing up. I understood before that Eroll Spence wanted to be the big fish. He wanted to be the A side. So it was well understood with me and at least everybody observing what Eroll Spence was doing. He wanted to get Manny Pacquiao up under his belt before he went into the Terrence Bud Crawford fight. I didn't like it, but I understood it, okay? Because he wants to be the A side, he wants to be this, and he wants to be that. You know what I'm saying? Before it was about belts, before it was about selling out family barbecues, it was about who's going to be A side, who's going to be B side, who's going to take this percentage, and who's going to take that percentage. That's what all that shit that was going on existed back then. None of that shit is relevant right fucking now. There's no across the street. He has a belt. It proves that he can pull numbers. It proves that this fight has interest. It proves none of that shit exists no more. So why would you want to talk about the past? We need to be talking about right now. As of right now, can you say Eroll Spence wants this fight? No, you cannot. And this is the crazy thing. There's nothing left for either one of them to do. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. Name me the biggest fight that Errol Spence can have outside of Terrence Bud Crawford right now. Exactly. That's it. Because right after Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, okay, his whole everything was surrounded by Manny Pacquiao the same way the Charlos surround everything around fighting Canelo Alvarez. Okay? You're not going to get that fight now. So now that Manny Pacquiao has moved out of the way, okay, and he went and got the belt that Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn, the same belt that you said that he needed to fight a Errol Spence. Well, we're here now. Bob Arum's not here now. The belt is there now. The interest is there now. Everything's lined up and this board is completely clear. So why would you want to waste your time talking about the fact? It ain't nothing but a distraction to hide from the fact that as of right now, there is nothing in the way. You see how we bust that bubble right quick? They're trying to hide the fact that as of right now, there's nothing in the way. You guys want to talk about Jeff Horn and Bomac to bring some shit up into the present that has no bearing and doesn't exist right now. But as of right now, the road is fucking clear as shit. Okay, it's all clear. The belts is there, the money is there, the interest is there, the hype is there, the want is there, at least from one fighter. There's only one thing missing. And that's Errol Spence wanting the fucking fight. Outside of Terrence Crawford, what could he do? Outside of Terrence Crawford, let me just ask this as a fan. I'm not talking to the fanboys. As a fan, outside of Terrence Bud Crawford, what do you really want to see him do? Nothing. We all want this. Listen, there's only one way that this train is going. Okay? And the next stop is Stop Ducking Boulevard. And you're going to have to get out. This is what I'm saying. You guys want to talk about what Bomac said? Fuck what Bomac said. Okay? Because that has nothing to do with right now. As of right now, the fight that you complain about that they ducked out on, they can make right now. As of right now, the so-called fight that y'all claim Errol Spence has been wanting this whole entire time, they can make right fucking now. So excuse me if I don't allow you to drag something from the past all the way up into the present when we have currently nothing stopping the fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford, other than you guys want to argue about what Bomac said on somebody's channel. And like I said, I'm not taking that away from you. There's people out there who want to have that debate with you. I'm not one of them because I find it completely irrelevant. Okay? It ain't nothing but a smokescreen to hide the fact that none of that shit that y'all talking about or arguing about or want to argue about exists right fucking now. Right now, the person who really said that they was about it, but the other person was faking the funk, can show the entire world who was really about it this entire time. But the only way that you could do that is acting like you want the fight. And as of right fucking now, who's acting like they want the fight and who don't? Exactly. Bruce Wayne, I'm out.